YouTube. Sorry. Whew. Okay. Hello, YouTube, and welcome to Roblox. Today we're going back to this complicated tutorial, but not really. This is the simplified tutorial, because maybe I should just get a simple suspension setup that would work better in cars instead of going into all this realism crap over here, which, I mean, actually works out pretty well with these, but isn't going to work well with, like, any other car. And honestly, you can make suspension that works just as well, if not better, using this method, even though I haven't quite fully finished this. Yeah, here we go. So what you're going to want to do first is get a part, and you are going to want to scale it up to be the size of your chassis that you want. Here, I'll just copy my... For me, I'm going to be making it exactly like that one over there, even though I don't have any of the constraints set up on that one yet. So you see, you just got the base of your chassis, and then for where each tires are going to go, you're going to want another part. It can be really any size. It doesn't even have to go all the way up, like you can just leave it right here, because you can adjust the constraint attachment points to move to where you want it to go, if that makes sense. I'll show you that in a second. But I'll leave it like this because I want my suspension travel to be about that high. Now I'll come in and I shall raise it up a little bit. Move it over. Raise it up. So I'm going to split this up into maybe about 15-20 minute videos. I don't think it'll take more than 2. So I'm hoping to do one building the car, getting the constraint set up, and then another one programming it, which the programming part compared to most things, what the heck? Programming thing compared to most things on Roblox is actually pretty easy when it comes to this car. Or constraints and vehicles are pretty easy because you just need to use a vehicle seat. I guess I'll spawn in the vehicle seat while we're at it too. So just grab a vehicle seat. Now this is a little trick from older games on Roblox. Take the front surface, put a hinge on it, rotate it, and you know whenever you sit on it, you'll be pointing the way the hinge is pointing. You can remove it later, or now even. Don't really need it there. Okay, so now that we have that set up, let's begin with our constraints. I've come to a realization that I really need to take my phones out of this room while I'm recording. But anyway, so yeah, they've changed the constraints a little bit since last time we played, or since last time I did this. So what I'm going to want to do first is add an attachment point. Oh, they really have changed this quite a bit. Okay, so what I can do is I can put one attachment point there. One, is it not going to let me put it in the corner here? Yeah, kidding me, buddy? Alright, that's okay, we can adjust it. And now I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this and copy it around the car once I get it all set up. Actually, I guess that'll work too. That should work. Okay, so what I'm going to want to do... Okay, so for the axis, can I rotate it? Or does that drag it? Oh, that just drags it. Okay, so I can't quite rotate it from here. So what we're going to want to do, I believe that... Hang on, let's add, create a... Oh, there's ropes? For some reason I thought there were only rods. I don't know why. Okay, so prismatic from there to there. Now we got to adjust this. Okay, so that is currently the way it's located is going to rotate. And we do not want it to rotate. Alright, so what we need to do is on this attachment, I need to change the axes. Didn't like that. Didn't like that. 1, 0, 0. This is a sort of trial and error part of making these things. There we go. Oh man, I'm like dying over here. Yeah, I guess I'll move this attachment over. Okay, so you see now this attachment is only going to move in that direction. That's what that little red arrow there stands for. So what that means is I guess I'm just going to Oh, shoot. Actually, yeah, that doesn't really need to be 0.5. Boy. Which direction did that move you? Oh, it was divide by 5, not 0.5. Whoops. 0.5, nope. Other way. Now, X. Oh, I guess it's negative 0.5 in there. Like I said, trial and error. Once you get better at this, it becomes less trial and error. But I'm still pretty newbie at it. Okay, so you see now it's green, it's green, it's green. So nothing now is going to be rotating, moving, none of that. So it's now on the correct axis. However, now we need to adjust the length of this constraint. So currently, its current position. What? Shucks, did I use the right one? Oh, limits enabled. Okay. So what we're going to want to do, okay, I can actually flip that around, I believe. So if I set that to -1, it'll be pointing downwards. Yeah, just to make things a little simpler. All right, so you see, it'll be able to travel anywhere. Sorry, normally they have limits enabled by default. At least last time I did this, they did. They must have changed it since then. It's going to flip upside down, isn't it? Yeah, it's going to flip upside down, so I need to change the axis on that one to be -1 too. Okay, now it's not going to flip upside down. Flipping it upside down would have done nothing except maybe messed up my next constraint. So what we're going to want to do here. So now this wheel can travel along this entire distance, which to be brutally honest with you, I don't think is that good of an idea. So I think what I'm going to do is set that to 0. Yeah, okay, I like that amount of suspension travel. And then we shall change this. It'll be able to move up and down 4. So the lowest that point will be able to go is there, and the highest that point will be able to go is there. Actually, I think it'll be bottoming out there even. Yeah, let's lower it here. I guess I will do that then. No, it doesn't really matter. I'm going to copy this as it goes along anyway. So I can delete those. That was just showing you what it'll look like, I suppose. I would wait until I'm done and then go back, see what I do, just because I'm still practicing a little bit. All right, let's set this to 3.5. This one has the same lower limit. Okay, so now, once again, you see I like it to be able to droop a little bit more. Now we need to set up the spring. So create spring, spring, spring. There we go. Now that's created a spring around this joint, and now it'll act like a spring. Now in terms of the constant, wait, does it show up even when you press play now? I wonder if constraints show up even when you press play. I wonder if that's what it means by appearance. Thickness, 0.2, 0.5. Lemon metallic. Oh, I think it actually does. See, let me guess. If I click on these aren't visible, but if I click on these ones, they are. Oh, that's pretty neat. Yeah, they've changed that. Okay, that's neat. I like that. So we have our limits set on the other one, so we don't need to do them on this one. Okay, so free length. Let's see, its current length is 3, so it's free length. So this is where we want it to naturally stay. It can go lower if the wheel weight pulls it down enough. It can go lower if pretty much only if the wheel weight lowers it down enough, and it'll go higher as it goes over traction and traction as it goes over obstacles. Okay, so now what we can do is we can clone it. We can clone that little suspension system, rotate it. Okay, that was a messy way of rotating it, to be brutally honest with you, I suppose, but there we go. Clone it again. Now come back here, select both of those, clone. And there. So now let's do a test to see how much stronger we need the spring rate to be. Roblox, you okay, buddy? Roblox. Oh my god, those are ugly. Oh my god, but it's so cool. I want to turn them on some of these now to see what it looks like. Alright, that's sweet. Roblox, you surprised me, man. I haven't looked at updates from Roblox in forever, so hey, I'll take it. Alright, that's pretty cool though. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. I'll change the thickness and stuff because that looks ugly. Alright, so now what we're going to need to do is go around and select all of these spring constants. Luckily we can just click on the springs now. Oh my god. Roblox, you guys are legends. You've made this so much easier than before. Alright, so we're going to change the thickness to 0.1 because that was ugly. We're going to change them to be black, I suppose, because I think that'll look sweet. Ooh, no, red, sweet. Okay, and we are going to only have, yeah, 3 coils. Sounds Gucci. Now this is not very big, so it doesn't need to be that big. Okay, free length is correct. Stiffness, we need to increase quite a bit. All right, let's press play. Alright, dampening is also going to need to go up. Alright, so go around, select them again. I guess I can start messing with them on here. So dampening, we're going to set to 10. There. Let me lift it up, make sure it actually has some suspension travel. That's not too stiff. Oh yeah, that's pretty nice. Alright, now we'll start setting this up to spin and stuff. I just realized I don't know how this is going to rotate. Ah, no, I have an idea. Hang on. Yeah, that's pretty good. I like it. Could have some more dampening, I'm not going to lie. But that's alright. So we're going to set the dampening to 10 because that's what I had it. That's what I had it at. Alright. Thank you, World of Tanks. Thank you. And now I think the last thing we'll do is attach some wheels. Alright, so up front we're going to need to do a little bit more in order to attach the wheels. In the back, however, we can just head straight on to this. So once again, go to Model, where we have our constraints. Oh, so if you press show details, then you can see how it'll look in game. Okay, good to know. Now what we're going to need. Okay, I didn't see these settings here, so that's gonna help. I'll mess with these after the video and see if I can give you any tips in the next video about setting these up. But there we go. So now what we're going to want to do is here. So align orientation. Let me align the orientation with that one. So they now both appear. Oh, those are something different. I don't know what that does. They seem to be pretty interesting. Torque. Ball and socket. Line force, vector force. Yeah, I'm going to have to mess with some of those. Okay, so hinge. Now what we're going to do is choose a hinge. So select that. Freaking bum game. You're bombing on me. I thought I could just use my attachment, but apparently not. Okay, so create, hinge, click there, click there. Now what we are going to want to do is try to align this up correctly. This way we can see what in the world is going on. Alright, if I set this to 0.5 studs. There we go. Is that lined up? Here, we can press play and see. Yeah, that's pretty good. However, I'm not quite liking that. That looks a little derpy, I'm not gonna lie. The wheel's out too far. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to set both of these attachments to be in the center of their individual part. However, this is going to require everything except for the wheels to be... Alright, so highlight everything except for the wheels, can collide, false. Okay, so what we're going to want to do is the attachment point. Position to 0, click on this one. Yep, that's correct. Okay, I mean it fell through the floor, but don't worry, that's correct. Part. Let me get 4 wheels out here. Model, create, hinge. Once again, do that, but click on the attachments, position, clear the position. Oh. Clear the position over here too. There we go. Now that's correct. Okay. Now up here, things get a little more complicated. Because once again, we're going to need another hinge, but we're going to need it to steer. I think I'm going to get into that in the next video with the programming in it, simply because that's going to include a lot of programming and that's slightly more complex than the rest of the things we've done. However, I will at least prepare for it. So one thing we're going to want to do, duplicate this part, delete whatever in it, the crappy little attachment that we have. Shoot, let me make sure I select the right one. Yeah. All right. So now this is our part that we're going to need to attach the wheels to. So I guess we can do this now. Model, create, hinge. It's already on hinge anyway. Click, 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 click. Once again, attachment point 0. Click here, attachment point 0 over here, 0 it, and finally 0 it here. And I guess while we're at it, we can create our little hinge for over here. So what we're going to want to do is create it on the top of that one and on the top of that one. There we go, that puts them together. They both are facing the same direction. Actually, yeah, that'll work out perfectly. And then create, create. And we'll just need to program those to go together. So let me show you what our final product is so far. It's going to be really derpy. Which it is, but as you can see, it has working suspension now. It bounces just as it should, and I'd call that a success so far. However, one thing I do want to do... By the way, last time I literally played this game a week ago and I didn't see that play here function. Might as well take a quick drive in one of these trucks, just for old time's sake. Holy cow. So much fun! Oh, I love this game. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you want more tutorials, I'm making one more. I promise I'm not going to leave you guys hanging like last time. fact, I'm probably going to record it right after this. This way it's all done. So thank you guys very much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye. I think it returns the value that is changed here. We're just going to call another function somewhere else. I believe there's an easier way of doing this, but I don't remember, so nah, we can just do it down here. Doesn't matter. Make it less cringy program.